welcome to Newfoundland and Labrador Studies 2205. This is Unit 3, The Country Grows, Section 1, Lesson 2, on Modern Newfoundland and Labrador Music. And of course, I'm Miss Fleming, your instructor for the course. Let's get going. During the first half of the 20th century, it became easier for Newfoundlanders and Labradorians to listen to music from outside their communities. The music scene in this province is ever-growing and changing. And it is impossible to highlight every Newfoundland and Labrador musician in this lesson, so various listening activities and musician profiles will be featured throughout the unit. So first, let's talk about the influence of radio. The introduction of radio, plus the addition of Canadian and American soldiers stationed here, dramatically affected tastes in music and musicians alike. Country, jazz, rock and roll, and other popular music influenced local musicians. The first big band formed in the province in 1956, and they were called the Solidaires, big band referring to a large band with multiple instruments, including wind instruments, and they have a big dance sound, very popular in the 40s and the 50s. They played swing music and often played at the Newfoundland Airport Club in Gander, and they actually continued to perform for special events through the 1980s. Also, one of the province's first country singers was Jimmy Linegar, and he rose to fame in the 50s and 60s as well. Also, we have the influence of television. Newfoundlanders and Labradorians began watching their own music on television in the 1960s. A popular local music television show was called All Around the Circle, and it was on CBNT. It was later picked up on the mainland and was nationally broadcast until 1975. Dick Nolan and Terry Hibbs rose to fame at this time, and we will learn a bit more about them later, and they were performing all over the country, combining dance with Irish and Newfoundland music, and filling dance halls with Newfoundland and Labrador expats. Harry Hibbs also remains one of the most famous solo musicians from Newfoundland and Labrador, having sold over 1.5 million recordings, breaking Canadian records at the peak of his fame. I also wanted to mention the 1970s. The 1970s brought a folk revival movement that spread across Europe and North America. Some notable musicians from this time include Ron Hines, Anita Best, Pamela Morgan, Biggie Duff, and the wonderful Grand Band, of course, just to name a few. These musicians blended traditional music with rock and roll. Pamela Morgan spoke of the cultural revolution that brought this about, embracing culture through music. Nowadays, Newfoundland and Labrador musicians combine Newfoundland and Labrador tradition with genres like pop, rock and roll, reggae, and more. Groups of musicians like Idlers, Great Big Sea, The Once, Hey Rosetta, The Fortunate Ones, Sherman Downey, and Amelia Curran continue to receive national fame and recognition as they celebrate our unique cultural experiences. Alright, now it's time to review. I'm going to ask you to please complete the activities I have posted for you in Brightspace, including a wonderful listening activity that I enjoyed putting together, so I hope you enjoy listening to all the songs included. Have a great day.